Get on, bro. Okay. The time right now is 3:43, September 11th, 2022. I'd like to thank everybody who's here, who comes for this special occasion that became a tradition. We started this 20 years ago today. Today is our 20th anniversary of doing this. We started this, obviously, the first year after the tragic days, 2001. I want to touch base on exactly, first of all, I want to touch base on all of the guys that were lost. And I know, it's a little tough for me every year. We've been doing this for 20 years now. I don't want to keep saying the same stuff. But I want everybody here, all of these New York guys that are here, brothers, you know what went on that day. All of you retired New York guys, you know what went on that day. You know what the brothers did in the best fashion of what we do on a daily basis. The things that were done that day were incredible. There are stories and everybody's got them. Whether you went left or right, you lived or died. I don't want anybody to forget on this day. We come here, we celebrate, we have a great time. It's all about what went on that day and the sacrifices that were made. And as raw as it was that day, for all of these New York guys right here, it's just as raw today. It's just as raw today as it was 21 years ago. And a lot of people don't understand that. Civilians, they don't get it. They don't get what you guys do every day on the streets of New York and around this country. They don't get it. They never get it because they don't see it. They don't experience it. They don't live it the way we do, the way the Brotherhood does. So that being said, the rawness of this, it just doesn't stop. The guys who are still working, you know what goes on in the firehouses, over the voice alarms, all the time. And people will never get this. On the voice alarms, when we lose another brother, post 9/11 deaths, that voice alarm goes off and transmits the 4-5s for that Manhattan box that happened on September 11, 2001. So we live this every day. We hear this in the firehouses. You might be in the middle of a drill, you might be in the middle of making dinner, whatever it is. And that voice alarm goes off. And you know what? It's just as raw every time that thing goes off as it was that day. And that's just what went on that day. Now we step into post 9/11s the way I was talking. I just buried a good friend of mine that I worked with, Ronnie Kirshner from Ladder 154 a week and a half ago. A month before that, Richie Toshak from Engine 307 worked with him, worked in the house with him, walked the steps with all of those guys. They're gone. To those families that we just put those guys in the ground, the way it was a week and a half ago was the way it was 21 years ago. On today, it's just as raw. It hasn't stopped. And I want you guys to understand that, man. It hasn't stopped. And that's why we come here to McSorley's, this place that oozes New York, this place that our brothers loved. They love coming here, just the way you guys do. And that's why we come here. This is part of New York. This building right here lives and breathes. And it's because of the people who come here. It's because of the workers that work here. And the way they take care of you guys every year. And every time you walk through this door, the way the workers here take care of you. So don't forget that today when you swear up your building. But you guys know what I'm saying, all right? I don't want anybody to think that, and I'm going to put it on the table. Last year, 20 years ago last year, we took this thing, we brought it outside, and it was awesome. It was great. After that, we went to sunset ceremony. It was beautiful. It was real crowded, but I'm going to tell you, I was so, excuse my French, fucking pissed off at the end of the night with the way that street looked, with the beer bottles, the beer cans, the garbage in the streets at our memorial. I was never so pissed in my life. I couldn't leave it like that. Went into 10 and 10, got a bunch of garbage bags, grabbed my sons, grabbed a bunch of brothers. I'm like, let's go, boys. We ain't leaving this like this. Took about 20 minutes. We cleaned that place up. So we're down here tonight. Do us all a favor. Keep an eye on our place. And don't ever let that happen again.
Right.
Because that was talking about a smack in the face to all of our brothers that were lost that day. Don't let that happen. You guys are going to be there. Make sure that place is clean. I shouldn't have to say it, but unfortunately I did. I did have to say it because it bothered me that much. So all of this being said, understand this is raw. Every day that we live, especially for all the New York guys. For the brotherhood, but especially for all the New York guys. All of this being said, I'd like everybody to raise your glass and toast our 343 brothers. And we are at the number of 300 post 9/11 deaths. 300 post 9/11 deaths. Last year, when I was outside on the back of 3 truck, it was 287. We're right around that 300 number right now. It's going to keep going, folks. Please, remember all of our guys that are sick. There's plenty of them. There's plenty of guys in hospice. There's plenty of guys that are fighting the illnesses from that day. Please, in your thoughts and prayers every day, include them. They need your help. They need your prayers. To all of you, God bless you all. God bless our 343 brothers.
God bless America.